Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Forex Scalper here. Today, I want to do a little tutorial about my last trade and to show you where to place your stop loss and your take profit. Okay. In front of the screen, we see my last trade on the Euro GBP. That was one of my last trades from yesterday. I spotted the break of a range in this trade. You can see I have put the text in here. This was the range um, for a longer term of period for almost 90 days. So price was pushing up for quite a while. Okay, you can see that this old resistance level became support because the price broke out with heavy momentum. Okay, and we was creating a range and where price bounced between. Okay, so this was a lot of ranging market data. Okay, um, so after all, um, the 4 hour candle closed above this price level right here. You can see that price was pushing up and closed with a strong engulfing candle. Okay, this is the 4 hour time frame. I will zoom it a little bit in so you can see what I mean. That price was breaking out of this range right here. Okay, and close above. This was during the Asia session, guys. So it was not the best entry to took during this session, but I decided to enter because I saw a strong bullish close, um, and price was pushing up nice. Okay, so after this bullish candle, I decided to entry. So I was calculate my stops, I was calculate my risk, and I was calculate my reward. Okay, so I decide to entry. I will show you guys. I decide to entry right here. After that, 4 hour close. This was during the Asia session. Okay, so normal with this pair with the Euro GB pound, with the pound, you're looking for entries during a London session. Okay, for example, you want to put yourself in the best position possible. Okay, so if you trade the Euro or the GBP, you're looking for entries during the London session. Okay, because Euro and GBP is London. Okay, um, sometimes I see people trade the gold or use the GPY during the London session. Doesn't make any sense, guys, because the Asia is closed. Um, the Asia is closed and the USD is closed as well. So that is also what I want to give you guys the message to trade the pairs in the right sessions. Okay, so this is also what I want to show you in this tutorial slash explanation. Um, but this was Asia, and I took the shot. You know, I had calculated my risk, and I was fine with this trade, winner or losing. I will show you how I calculate this trade. So this was um, my entry point. I will highlight it with a blue line. The red lines are the range. Okay, that are the 4 hour support and resistance levels. So this red line is support, old resistance. If support get broken, it become resistant. Right here, resistance slash support is support right now, and we have a resistance right here. So this blue line was my entry. I decide to entry right here. And from this point, I calculate what should be my stop. Okay, what should be my stop loss? Okay, so I calculate that my stop should be under this level. Okay, let me highlight this also for you guys. Let's make this line a different color so you can see it good. Let's make it this color, the blue. My stop should be here below this 4 hour candle close. Okay, because if price will push down very hard, so you had a 4 hour close, more than likely price will continue the momentum. Okay, but because it was Asia, it was a little bit danger. But I know during the London session we will continue trip and we will push up. Okay, we will push up hard. And it did. Okay, I have a lot of experience with trades like this. If price break out of the range with a strong 4 hour close, of course there's a possibility that price will push down and it will hit my stop. But I only risk, how many pips did I risk from this blue line for my entry point? I only risk for about 13 pips, okay? And my reward on this trade, almost 60 pips that you can take maximum, because price point hard in this zone, okay? You can see that. So this range was a good range for me because the reward was only 13.5 pips. Sorry, my risk was only 13.5 pips, and price push up almost 60 pips. That is amazing, okay? Most of the time, you can trade from zone to zone. So that would say you can hit 30 pips easily. As scalper, you can take half of the range. So you can take easily 15 or 20 pips. So the reward on this trade was amazing, okay? I was holding it for a little longer, so it became a scalp to swing, okay? That is also another level that you can learn in my education, or you can learn it on the internet. There's enough information on the internet, okay? And when it started to look interesting, okay, because I was up almost 55 pips. When it become interesting and when I need to see where I go out, I will show you that, guys. That was right here, guys. That was right here. You can see that the bulls were in control and that a rejection candle start to form, okay? And this is a point where the sellers will take control, okay? And you see it happen after this 4-hour candle close. The sellers start to take control and they came in with a lot of orders. We start to engulf the last 3 candles. So that means we start to engulf 3 hours of information, 3 hours of 3-4-hour candles. So that means 12 hours of information. We start to engulf, and the 4-hour candle close like this. So more than likely we're gonna have the pullback right now, and it happened. You can see live. The market is pulling back right now because the market never goes in one direction. Okay, the market will create higher highs, higher lows in an uptrend, and the market will give lower lows and lower highs in a downtrend. And you see it happen. I will not say that price will continue down right now to the bottom again, but this is the pullback, what we see here, okay? This is the pullback. That is the correction of the market, guys, okay? So understand that. And this candle was the confirmation, okay? After this candle, you should go out because the price will pull back, okay? The sellers come in control and we pull back now, okay? So after this candle, if you wait for engulfing candle, you can take sells here, okay? It's possible, guys. It depends on how you trade. I will zoom it out a little bit for you guys. Let me check the daily for you guys. Oh, there was even a daily song, guys. I draw this major level on the daily. So you can see that this is a very strong level. And if you're looking left, you can see that we hit this level for a couple of times already. 1, 2 times, and the third touch, price reject again. So price do exactly the same what it did in the history, okay? So that is very nice to see, and that is why the zones are very respected levels, okay? And now you ask me, Kev, if I took a sell after this candle, it's possible. Most of the time we have a pullback. If a candle like this is created on the 4-hour or 1-hour or daily, it's a strong indication that the buyers lose control, that the sellers take over, and that we will engulf the price, okay? Some traders will say, wait for this engulfing to close, okay? So some traders will wait for this candle and enter directly, okay? And then they gonna calculate, where do I put my stop loss? Your stop loss should be above this candle right here, okay? And now we're gonna calculate how many pips is that if I enter directly in this candle. Again, 15 pips, 15 pips. What was the reward if price will pull back to the 14 EMA? Because most of the time price will drop to the 14 EMA, and we have a possibility to continue up. So this is the pullback. If you enter in the pullback, your reward was 34 pips again. So that is an amazing reward. Okay, that is a great reward, guys. That is great. But like I say, if you are a scalper, I'm a scalper, but this was a scalp to swing trade. So that is what I want to explain you guys, and that you have a good understanding of where you place your stops based of trading on the 4 hour or 1 hour. Your perfect entry is always on the 5 or 15 minutes, but it is possible as scalper to trade from the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 4 hour as well. It depends on what you like and where you feel comfortable with. Okay, but you need to understand the higher time frame. Okay, that is so important, guys, because if you're gonna look at in the past, in the history, you will find out that the confirmation candles on the 4 hour are really strong indications. Okay, they are making more sense than the 5 minute or 1 minute or 50 minute. Everything above the 1 hour is strong indication. So that is a thing what you should understand. Okay, so now you have an idea where you can place your take profits, your stops. Where do I have to look for? Look for morning star patterns, evening star patterns, looking for rejection candles. You can look for double tops, double bottoms. It depends, okay? Use a clean chart, because if you can read the market structure, what I tell you already about the high highs, high lows, and all that stuff, you should read about price action market structure. And you should understand before you entering a trade, where are you gonna enter? Where do you gonna enter? Okay. This is not a pair what I trade a lot, but I saw the break of the range and it was lovely, it was great. So yeah, so you can see that my reward is very nice. Okay, if you enter directly after this 50 pips, your target would be 30 pips. Okay, so you risk something, but you have to understand that the reward should be bigger. Okay, that the reward should be bigger. So that is what this is my message in this tutorial, in this explanation. Okay, so let's look, guys. Let me check if I can give you another example. Okay, let me check. For our time frame, let me see. 1 hour. Let me change to my favorite color, pink. My zones are always pink, and my charts are always clean. Okay, you can see no indicators, no shit like that. Yeah, guys, you don't need that. Okay, you don't need it. Okay, for example, guys, for example, we can see that we have a zone right here. Okay, we have a zone right here. Let's check the 4 hour time frame. Okay, after this rejection candles right here, you see rejection candles. Okay, you see 2 rejection candles. After these candles are formed, guys, you have again an indication that the momentum was down. Okay, you can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of 4 hour candles of information. That means 20 hours of information that the price is pushing down hard. Okay, and after that we had 8 hours of information that the sellers could not win. Okay, so that's what you have to understand. And after this candle close, after that big rejection candle, kangaroo tail candle, very nice one, rejection, I love it. You see that the buyer is taking over right here. Okay, that the buyer is taking over. So again, if you see this price close like this, you place your stops below the wicks, a few pips. Okay, you place your stops. It's just an example, guys. Okay, there are way better examples, I think. And your maximum target is here. Okay, but let's say the body close, for example. Okay, yellow line is your take profit. Your stop is here because you have the information of 8 hours that the sellers could not control the market, okay? And if you zoom out a bit, you will find out that the overall direction of the market is up, okay? The overall direction of the market is up. So in this trade, it is nice because you go with the overall trend, okay? That is what I recommend to everyone. Go with the overall trend, okay? The trend is your friend. That is what everyone says. But you can also do counter trend if you have some more experience. So don't understand me wrong. But you want to put yourself in the best position possible. So I want to recommend to you trade with the overall trend. You zoom out, the overall trend is up, easy to see. Zoom out, the overall trend is up. Okay, put the trend line right here, a quick trend line. So we zoom in again. After this 8 hours of information that the sellers lose control, the buyers take it over. Your stops below this candle. Okay, so or you wait for a retest of the zone because the retest happened. You can place your stops for 14 or 20 pips, depends on what you do. If you enter directly after this rejection candle, you will have a little drawdown, and your stop should be 20 pips. Okay, that is quite a lot. I will recommend to wait for a sort of pullback of the price. Okay, and if you wait a sort of pullback for the price, you can have a tinier stop loss. Okay, so your stop loss should be 10 pips. That is more interesting to me. Okay, because I want a little stop and the rewards have to be bigger. And your reward after this candle is again 34 pips, guys. Okay, so that is perfect. Okay, that is almost 3 times of what I risk. Okay, if I risk 10 pips, so you risk a couple of $100 or $1,000, depends on how big the trade, doesn't matter. So your stops below this wick, this candle close, because you know if you're gonna break this with a full body close, price will push down. Okay, but the overall direction is up, so you're fine. Stops below here, and you can take easily from the mid of the range 15 or 20 pips. And if you're aiming for bigger targets, you could even hit 30 pips. Okay, so now you guys have an idea of stop loss, take profit. I explain my EURGBP trade. I hope it makes sense to you guys. So this was my tutorial for today. If you're interested in education, you want to educate yourself, feel free to hit me up. The forex I have a live chat in there as well. I'm online a couple of hours per day, not the whole day. I have a social life as well, and I'm working with my community. So I'm a busy man, but I work in a couple of hours with my community as well in my chat. So if you want to join, you have questions, let me know. You can also email me. Yeah, hit me up, guys. Okay, I hope it makes sense to you, and have a great day, all guys. Speak to you soon. Ciao.